Hello. Someone has given me a mic, and that is either the best decision ever or the world's greatest mistake. So, today I am here to introduce you all to my 2025 techo kaigi. And I know I said in my 2024 techo kaigi, it's better to do them in the middle of the year, but I am just so excited for what I have planned for 2025 that I just could not wait any longer to share it with you all. Let me just preface this with a few things. So, I know I say this every single time, but in case you are new here, I am a bookworm. I read a lot of books. As you can see, I live at home alone with my precious little baby girl dog. And I also work from home full time. I'm a research associate at an educational research nonprofit. And so I do a lot of things at home. I am home, I would say, a good 90% of the time. I do travel for work sometimes, trying to travel less next year, but that is basically the basis of what you need to know about my life in order to understand why some of the things in my techo kaigi kind of need to be there. One thing I also forgot to mention is I am on, like a lot of folks out there, my mental health improvement journey. This year, I was formally diagnosed with PTSD, so I'm working through that and I'm finding all of the ways that I can basically alleviate the symptoms as I work through the healing process. And I found that in these past few months since the diagnosis, journaling has actually been super, super key to getting through that process. Like the hard days are a little less hard because of my journals, which sounds crazy, but trust the process, okay? Here it is, y'all. I am super excited to introduce you to my 2025 Techo Kaigi. Just a heads up that the lavalier, or the little microphone that I was using, is now clipped to my shirt. So if the audio is different, if I get a little loud or a little quiet at times, I'm still figuring out this whole lavalier mic thing. I still think I should not have one, but I have one. The way that I wanted to do this is I wanted to start out with things that are not changing between 2024 and 2025, and then introducing what is changing for 2025. And it really isn't much of a change. Spoiler alert, there is not much change. But we do have some new notebooks to debut, so that's the exciting part. Again, I'll get started with the boring stuff. So the first thing that is not changing is I will still be using this Hobonichi Papers notebook in graph to be my swatch book, basically. So if you didn't watch my 2024 Techo Kaigi, I have this grid A6 notebook that is split up into 4 sections, and it basically just serves as a place for me to reference what all my pens look like when they're actually used as a writing tool. Because sometimes the pen cap or the swatch on the pen itself doesn't always match what the ink looks like. It's really, really handy for me to have this. So yeah, not changing, just adding to it as my pen collection grows, because I will never, ever, 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 ever stop buying stationery. Okay, the next thing that is not changing, and I got a couple questions on this, but the next thing that's not changing is my Commonplace notebook. So this is an A6 Hobonichi cover with a Hobonichi 2024 Techo one piece edition on the inside. Like I said, this is not changing. I know it says 2024, but I really like this system. I haven't added much to it since I last showed you this. I think I haven't added anything, in fact. But I really like having this as like a reference journal to pull out. Like I know where all of these things live, so I'm able to like flip to the purple month. I don't know what month it is, but I know it as the purple month, and be able to pull quotes, or I'm able to switch to the brown month and look at some learnings from my nonfiction reads. So I don't want to change this at all. I know like it has the dates attached to it and everything, but I have been neglecting or ignoring, I guess, the dates. So it doesn't really matter. It's a special edition, and I know that they have one for 2025 as well, but first of all, 24 is a much more satisfying number than 25 for me. It's a multiple of 3, as you all may know. More importantly, like it is a special edition. Like I don't want it to just go away. I want to keep using it. Like look at cute little Luffy. how can I archive this notebook? I cannot. I seriously cannot. So I'm not going to. Can't make me. Okay. Again, so the last notebook that is not changing is going to be my media journal. I made the mistake of saying that I don't use my Pilot Friction. I think it's called a knock zone pen. It's got slightly more opaque ink than your average friction pen, but I use that in here. This is my media journal. I use a Stalogy A6 notebook, and I just write about media that I consume. I have a bunch of like empty ones right now where I've written down like I want to write about A Sign of Affection Volume 8. I have a lot of things to say. I just haven't had the time to write down my thoughts. But eventually when I do have the time to write down my thought, it ends up looking something like this. Word dumping, word vomiting onto a page. Sometimes I have like things that I want to reference for some reason or another. But yeah, this will not be changing. Obviously, I still have a ton of the notebook left, and I'm just hoping to fill this out. I'll probably make like a page where it says like, oh, 2025 starts here. All of the media that I consume in 2025 starts here. But otherwise, this is really not changing because I really like this. I'm hoping to eventually print out like the covers of books or the title page of a video game and then paste it here in the empty space. But I'm waiting until I have like enough entries to the point where I don't have to be printing out a lot of things with like blank space. Like I want to fill out that printed page with as much stuff as possible before printing, just to save paper and all that. But yeah, my media journal not changing, still love it, and you'll see it again very soon. Okay, the next thing that I'm so super excited to talk about is my Hobonichi weeks for 2025. I waited a long month while everyone else was getting their Hobonichi orders in the mail. I was waiting for the One Piece drop on the Hobonichi website. I knew what I wanted as soon as I saw the reveal of the Hobonichi Weeks covers. Look at it. It's so cute. Luffy is so cute. Luffy is by far and away my favorite character from One Piece. I know, basic bitch, but like, how can you not love Luffy after being introduced to him as Inyaki Godoy? Like, pure joy. So yeah, and it matches like the rest of my covers. Like, look at this. We love the cohesion. We love it. So yeah, again, I'm just so ecstatic to have this in my collection and to be looking at this for all of 2025. I'm just over the roof. And I would show you the inside, but I'm going to keep that. I'm actually going to tell you to go watch my video. If it hasn't been released yet, then you have to wait. But if it has been released, go watch my 2025 Hobonichi Weeks setup video where I show you everything that I've set up on the inside of this before the start of 2025. I've got some pages in the back and some calendar pages. I've got a little pocket on the inside here that you can see is holding some stickers, all that good stuff. Please go watch that video and enjoy. I probably will be talking a lot about this because, again, I'm just so wildly excited to use this journal just because of the cover alone. Like, you guys have no idea how much of a difference the cover makes. I like my 2024 cover, okay? It's okay. Like, it's just okay. I'm not super passionate about this cover. Hello, you can see my face. This makes me passionate. Like, this makes me so excited to journal in it. Even though I won't be looking at the journal cover itself all the time, just the idea that it's there brings me so much peace, happiness, and comfort. Alrighty, the last journal I have, because this is actually a relatively short techo kaigi, is going to be a grid notebook. I actually don't know what the brand is. I picked this up at Tokyo Central in Convoy area in San Diego. And I just look at this cover. The plastic cover that I have on top of it dulls the holographic a little, but it's so gorgeous. They also had a Spirited Away one. I didn't like the cover as much, so I went with this one, even though Kiki's Delivery Service is one of my lesser favorite Ghibli movies. But again, look, this is so pretty. And if you're wondering what this black stuff is for, this is a Midori Yuru log. cover, and it's just slightly too small. Well, not slightly, it's like 2 centimeters too small in length. So when you like lay it out like this way, it's just slightly too small for this notebook. So what I did was I literally cut it down the spine, and then I put this black washi tape, that's more like duct tape, over it, to expand the size of the notebook cover. Super janky, but it was literally more expensive to return it than it was to just keep it and keep using it in some other way. So here we are with this solution. As you can see, I've got my Randy Dot Plans day stickers, which I have used Randy Dot Plans day stickers for like 2 years now. These are specifically the Hobonichi ones, and this is not going in a Hobonichi, but I liked the design of these. The fact that like there's different colors for every month, like the Hobonichi. But basically the way that I intend to use this journal is very similar to how I am doing my daily journal now. So this is my Midori B6 daily journal, like my check-in, my self-care, my everything journal, my, what is it? A brain dump journal. And it's different than the way that I showed it in my previous Techo Kaigi, where I had just like a stream of consciousness, like bullet points. Now what I do is I have a space to the side where I write down a quote, some things I'm going to do today, like setting myself up to do some self-care by writing down exactly what I'm going to do for self-care. And then as the day goes on, just noting down things that made me happy. And then on the main chunk of the page, I'm just writing things that I'm thinking about, things that come to mind, that kind of thing. And I've been really, really enjoying this. Like having a full page to just dump is really nice. And setting up this page, even though it's very simple, like just putting a sticker and putting a line down, just 6 boxes in, is for some reason the ritual just feels very nice to me. So I've been really enjoying this, and I intend to continue doing this. I have like a good chunk of this notebook left, but I don't suspect that it'll last me until the end of 2025. I don't know if it'll even last. I don't know if it'll even last to the end of 2024. We'll see. But whenever I run out of pages here, I will switch over into this journal and basically do the same thing, where I have like a section on the side to write down a quote, some happy things, some self-care, and all of that good stuff. And then most of the page will be dedicated to me just rambling and talking throughout the day. And that's it. That is my Techo Kaigi. I know, isn't that so like unexciting that nothing's changing, but at the same time so exciting that nothing's changing? I love change, but at the same time, when it comes to my journal systems, I feel like I need a little bit more consistency to feel comfortable. Like I'll add in things and things might come and go, but I need like a core set of journals that I always come back to. And I think this is it. I think this is the rotation that we're going to stick with for some time, because this rotation has worked for me for like the entirety of 2024. So who's to say that this won't work for me in 2025? Actually, a lot of people would say that it might not work for me in 2025, which is fine. We will roll with the punches as they come in 2025. But for now, I can foresee this being a very successful stack of books to keep me all together and sane. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope the mic'd up experience was good for you all, as it was for me. It's definitely really nice not having to worry about like how loud I am being or if there's any background noise. But yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.